Jacob loved Joseph more than all his sons and gave him a robe unlike any the others had received.
This is for you, my son.
What began as a father's gift quietly became the seed of jealousy. That night, Joseph fell asleep, unaware that the dreams about to come would change his life forever. Joseph dreamed that one day his brothers would bow before him. Joseph shared the dream openly, but his brothers heard only pride.
Will you truly rule over us?
Another dream followed. Even Jacob kept its meaning in his heart.
Must your father and your brothers bow before you?
While Joseph's brothers only grew more determined to reject him. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers as they grazed the family flocks far from home.
Go and see if your brothers are well, then come back and tell me.
Joseph searched the hills for his brothers, following the family flocks across the land.
The valley of Dothan.
When the brothers saw Joseph approaching, their resentment finally turned into a plan.
Here comes that dreamer.
Let's kill him, and we'll see what becomes of his dreams. Don't take his life.
Brothers, what are you doing?
They stripped away the robe their father had given him and threw Joseph into a dry cistern.
What will we gain if we kill our brother? Let's sell him instead.
The brothers sold Joseph to passing traders bound for Egypt. To hide what they had done, they stained Joseph's robe with a goat's blood and carried it back to their father.
It is my son's robe. Joseph has surely been torn to pieces.
Jacob believed his beloved son had been killed by a wild animal. No one could comfort his sorrow. Joseph was taken into Egypt and sold to Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's highest officials. Though Joseph had become a slave in a foreign land, he served faithfully in everything he did. The Lord blessed all that was placed in his care. Seeing Joseph's wisdom and integrity, Potiphar entrusted his entire household to him.
From this day, everything in my house is under your authority.
But Joseph's greatest test did not come from hard work. Day after day, Potiphar's wife urged him to betray the trust placed in him.
Come and be with me.
How could I betray my master and sin against God?
Stay with me.
Joseph refused. Rather than sin against God or betray his master, he fled, leaving his garment behind.
This Hebrew servant came to dishonor me.
Humiliated, she turned Joseph's escape into a lie. The garment became false evidence against an innocent man. Potiphar believed the accusation. Once again, Joseph lost everything and was thrown into the prison where Pharaoh's prisoners were kept. Betrayed by his brothers. Betrayed again in Egypt.
Lord, I still trust you.
Years passed. Even in prison, the Lord was with Joseph.
You with him. Let me help you with that.
His honesty and wisdom earned the trust of the prison warden.
The prisoners are now under your care.
Though Joseph remained behind prison walls, God had not forgotten him. His greatest purpose was still ahead. Sometime later, Pharaoh became angry with two of his highest servants, the chief cupbearer and the chief baker.
They are under your care.
One morning, Joseph found both men deeply troubled.
Why do you look so troubled today? We both had dreams, but there is no one here to interpret them. Do not interpretation belong to God? Tell me your dreams.
The cupbearer had seen a vine with 3 branches. Its grapes ripened before him, and he pressed their juice into Pharaoh's cup.
The 3 branches are 3 days. In 3 days, Pharaoh will restore you to your position, and you will place the cup in his hand again.
Encouraged by the cupbearer's hopeful answer, the baker told Joseph his own dream of 3 baskets and birds eating Pharaoh's bread.
In 3 days, Pharaoh will condemn you, and the birds will eat what remains. When all goes well with you, remember me. Speak to Pharaoh and help me leave this prison. I was taken from my homeland, and even here I've done nothing to deserve this. I will remember.
3 days later, on Pharaoh's birthday, everything happened exactly as Joseph had said.
Restore him to my service.
The cupbearer was restored to his position. The baker was condemned. But the cupbearer forgot Joseph. 2 more years passed, and Joseph remained in prison, still faithful, still waiting. One night, Pharaoh dreamed that 7 healthy cows rose from the Nile. Then 7 starving cows appeared and consumed them, yet remained as thin as before. Then Pharaoh dreamed again. 7 full heads of grain were swallowed by 7 thin heads scorched by the desert wind. At sunrise, Pharaoh summoned Egypt's wisest men. But none of them could explain what the dreams meant. Then the cupbearer finally remembered Joseph.
Today I remember my failure. In the royal prison, there was a Hebrew who interpreted our dreams, and everything happened exactly as he said.
Pharaoh has summoned you.
After years behind prison walls, Joseph was washed, prepared, and brought into the royal palace.
I have heard when you hear a dream, you can interpret it.
I cannot do it myself, but God will give Pharaoh the answer he needs. Both dreams carry the same message. The 7 healthy cows and the 7 full heads of grain are 7 years of abundance. The 7 thin cows and the scorched grain are 7 years of famine. God has revealed what is about to happen. Choose a wise man to oversee Egypt. During the good years, gather grain and store it for years of hunger.
Since God has revealed this to you, there is no one as wise as you. You shall be over my house and over all the land of Egypt.
At 30 years old, Joseph left the palace as governor of Egypt.
Make way for the governor of Egypt!
The dreams that once brought him hatred had become the gift that raised him to power. Joseph traveled throughout Egypt. Every province received instructions to prepare for what was coming.
Measure every harvest carefully. What is gathered must serve all Egypt in the years ahead.
For 7 years, the land produced more than anyone had ever seen. The harvests were so abundant that grain covered the valley like the sand of the desert. Joseph stored grain in every city, gathering food from the surrounding fields. Before long, there was so much that the officials stopped trying to count it.
The records can no longer contain the amount arriving.
Every measure will be needed.
Then the years of abundance ended. The rains failed, the fields dried, and famine spread across Egypt and the surrounding lands, just as Joseph had warned.
Open the storehouses. Measure the grain fairly. and let the people buy what they need.
At Joseph's command, Egypt opened the storehouses and began distributing the grain that had been preserved. From every surrounding land, people came to Joseph to buy grain. Among them were 10 men from Canaan, the brothers who had sold him many years before.
There is grain in Egypt. We cannot turn to our father empty-handed.
After more than 20 years, they unknowingly stood only moments away from Joseph.
Stay together. We buy the grain, return home.
The moment Joseph had seen as a boy finally came to pass. His brothers bowed before him, just as the dreams had foretold. But they did not recognize the man before them.
Where have you come from?
From the land of Canaan, to buy food.
No. You have come to spy out the land.
We are 12 brothers, the sons of one father in Canaan. The youngest remains with our father, and one brother is no more.
Leave one brother here. Bring your youngest brother to me, and your words will be proven true.
But Joseph quietly showed them unexpected mercy.
With the silt.
Before they reached home, the brothers made a startling discovery. Every payment had been secretly returned to them.
My silver, it's here! What has God done to us?
When Jacob heard everything that had happened, he refused to let Benjamin leave.
My son will not go with you. If anything happens him, it will bring my gray hair down to the grave in sorrow.
As the famine grew worse, Jacob had no choice.
May God Almighty go with you and bring my sons back safely.
At last, he allowed Benjamin to travel to Egypt, trusting God with the son he loved most. When Joseph saw Benjamin, the last son of his mother, years of hidden grief rushed back at once. Yet he still kept his identity secret.
Bring these men to my house. Prepare a meal for noon.
Joseph welcomed his brothers into his own house. He seated them in the exact order of their birth.
How does he know our ages?
Then he honored Benjamin above them all, quietly testing whether the jealousy that once divided their family still remained. Before the brothers left Egypt, Joseph arranged one final test.
Place my silver cup in the younger sack. Say nothing.
Years earlier, the brothers had abandoned Joseph without hesitation. Now Judah offered his own freedom to save Benjamin.
Please, let me remain as your servant instead of the boy. I cannot return to my father without him.
Joseph finally saw that their hearts had changed.
Everyone leave us. I am Joseph. Is my father still alive?
The brothers expected judgment.
Do not be afraid or angry with yourselves, because you sold me here. God sent me ahead of you to preserve life. What you meant for evil, God used for good. Father! Father! Joseph is alive! He rules over all Egypt! It is enough. My son Joseph is still alive. I will go and see him before I die. Father! Now I am ready to die, for I have seen your face again, and I know you are alive.
The family that had been torn apart was finally made whole. What began with betrayal ended in restoration. God turned suffering into salvation, preserving his people and fulfilling the purpose he had prepared from the very beginning.
TSMA Daily Bible Ministry. Love thy Lord your God with all your heart,